Email.
I'm speaking with Dominic in person or online.
Tēnā koutou katoa and welcome committee members, staff and members of the public. Welcome to this meeting of the Māori Standing Committee. This meeting is held in the supper room of the Waihinga Centre in Martinborough on Tuesday, the 28th of January 2025, Tīmata 6 p.m. This meeting is recorded and broadcast live on YouTube. Health and safety. In case of emergency, the emergency exits for this room are the door you came in. The door behind me. If we need to evacuate the building, our assembly area is the playground. Please remember at the assembly area, remain at the assembly area until the building has been confirmed clear. In the event we experience any unruly or intimidating behaviour during the course of the meeting, behaviour will adjourn until it is safe for us to reconvene. The toilets are located in the entrance of the building. Well, karakia tīmatanga. Tātou.
Happy money.
Hello. Hei huarahi mā tātou i te rangi nei, tātou hātu ahua mai, tātou i te tātou katoa. So apologies, are there any apologies? I have Karen and JD
And Hiruwini.
and Hiruwini and
Apologies from after David.
And Michael Roida,
oh, Mike ain't here, so
he didn't put his apologies in, but he's.
oh yeah, Uncle Mike. Okay. No. Oh, I move that the apology from JD, Hiruwini and Koto, Karen and Mike be received. Any seconders?
Is it?
All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, please say ka. Motion is carried. Are there any conflicts of interest to declare?
Conflict of interest, application for Tatu Mōkai, but mind you, it is under Karen's name, but should I still stay away from the deliberation?
Waiting Moko, I will tell you that.
Just be specific.
Because you're part of that committee. So we have one from Pitt.
What about Mark?
Martin and Martins.
Mark.
Apologies from that.
Oh, yeah.
And you,
Mark, yeah.
Sorry, Mark.
Okay. Ship somewhere.
No more conflicts? Okay, the acknowledgements and tributes.
I'd like to acknowledge the passing of Tom Buckley last year. Buckley's father.
Oh.
Sorry, I just found out. He passed away last year, but it was only, they kept it quiet and kept it for his family.
Well,
But he's the one that does the kumara.
yeah, out at Maui. Rangi.
Yeah, he passed away, so sorry.
Patarangi.
mum's not.
Yeah, her mum's still Maori too, but she lives in Greytown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just Leanne Corona's mama.
Yes. And
We've
Been my father,
for Papa.
got there.
2 days later.
Oh.
Also, the Po Māori for Wellington Water, Paul Clark. So he passed suddenly.
Dr. David Johnson.
We've had a busy.
Dr. David Johnston from Massey University,
Yes,
who was doing our
earthquake, yeah.
operation. He passed away suddenly as well. And the Hemi and Barge whānau at Hawaii.
Yeah, busy mouth, eh?
Get us up. How far did you get, Robin, with the names?
Sorry.
Dr. David Johnston, Massey.
The Hemi and Barge whānau. Hawaii. Not to mention James Turia.
Yeah.
We just had a
80th.
with us with Nelson's retirement. Invited up just before Christmas, so
Yeah, age 70.
catered for that.
Yeah, she came for that.
To spend some time with her
Yeah.
celebrating.
She's a machine. Damn. Okay, public participation. Nobody?
Councillor Becky, sorry, through you, Chair, I was
We can
speaking
do
to
it.
Dominic
Yeah,
online.
like it. Let's go straight to actions.
Aren't any actions?
Well, let's get that.
Two items of urgent business.
Okay, urgent business. 2 items, eh?
Oh, and I'd just like to put our Paki
That's fine.
on Tim's Street as well. Just wanting to do karakia groundbreaking
Okay.
ceremony if possible this Thursday or Friday. Got asked.
What's the name?
Right, yeah,
Oh, you know, that's
At least-
thing to do there. They got the resource consent starting their
To do what?
I'll go to the South
Yeah.
Island if I want to go to Apaki.
development.
Oh,
Of that farm,
paper.
Really?
Rapaki, you know, where the Rapaki walkers.
Oh,
And he came and,
He did that whole presentation for us around the.
Oh, around the walk.
Yeah.
Right.
no, not the walkies, the development.
About the name.
I thought we didn't,
I'm not sure, but
I
maybe,
didn't know there was a decision made about him naming it that or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, we just noted, remember the other person that came in as well? They said it was gifted by the Carters back in the day, the
Oh.
name. And
You don't
he
know
made the point
Yeah.
only that our whenua already
That
has
is
the
neat.
name.
Yeah, I didn't know there was another decision to,
It's
Mm.
not a decision, it's
Yeah.
just, acknowledging that
It's already been named.
it's already been named, even though they carry on naming it.
Cool.
So that was the main point, but that's the main thing, anyway. Around wanting to have
If
a
anybody wants to go,
so Tuesday.
carry on, does he?
Thursday or Friday. I said we can, a bit late notice, but I guess.
anybody coming by?
Well, somebody's got to organise it with them.
Thursday, breaking ground on Thursday or Friday this week, so it's not really definite what day it is.
Mm.
Well, it's up to us.
I can go if they give a different time and a day.
So you got to go there and do the blessing.
Yeah.
If we.
What time would you like?
They won't.
Just come along.
Someone's
Is it dawn?
Yeah, can we get out of there before the moon comes up?
If anyone wants to do that or participate in that, I was hoping JD also might be here, but.
Oh, yeah.
Who is he?
He's an Aussie. He won't
Yeah.
be back. He's
First kid.
Oh, yeah. Anna.
So
Yeah, if you can find out what day or time, I could probably turn up.
you'd have to run it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta go there and break the ground, do the California, la, la, la.
Ignore,
Super.
ignore
Cup of tea and it's
changing the name, so they keep
nice and whiskey,
changing the name.
display, cheers.
I don't sound right.
It's easy, I can.
It's too late notice. I would have if it was next week.
Yeah,
They need to go to a coma as well.
yeah, that's right. Which would
Yeah.
but you need time.
Yeah.
That's all right. Action, I'll just go back to him via email and just say it's too short a notice for us to do that.
There's people on the-
Maybe he'll see another opportunity. Maybe we need to go and have a look.
Yeah, nice walk around, explanation will be nice.
Yeah, just to see how the
We,
development.
yeah, he's wanting us to open up and support an opening of a thing that I haven't even been there,
Don't know what,
you know.
Oh,
but yeah, it'd be keen if it, I mean, maybe it's.
okay. All right, I'll put that to him now. If we
Yeah.
just go for a
See
walk.
what we to be supporting.
Yeah, if he wants to take us.
Have a look at it. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, there's a late grant application to be addressed in item 10.3.
So that's simple. You can choose where you address it because this grant actually relates to a. Oh, you can choose if you want to do it when you're talking about the grants in general or when talking about the report.
But then it says here, it's in item 10.3 grant.
We'll stick with it.
Okay. So it's on page 24 in your agenda.
On page 24.
Yeah. Maybe have these added to the agenda and then we can talk about them when we get to that point in the agenda. We don't have
Okay.
to talk about them right now. We just need to get them on the agenda for the motions.
And a late report from the South Waiata District Council Po Māori. 11.5, do I have a mover to add the items of extraordinary business? Yeah. All those in favour, please say aye. If you're not, Carl. Melissa carried. So the next is the confirmation of the minute. 8.1 minutes of the Māori Standing Committee held on the 29th of October, 2024.
So through you, Chair, I actually have a correction for the minutes. And my apologies, immediately after this meeting, I had COVID for 3 weeks, and so the minutes are not up to snuff very well. Particularly for working when I'm sick. And there's some changes that I need to make, particularly to the grant motion instead of sorry, please. I've got the terminology incorrect instead of oh gosh, no. The grant reports. Instead of considering the applications, it should have said approve the application. So I will change that for the I'll even not to get sick after this meeting.
That was the one that Mark moved and Lan seconded.
So I'll issue a new set of minutes.
Anyone notice anything else?
Round on page 8. That's under Chair's report. Was it Te Koha or Te Manakatanga?
Tākua o te manaaki.
Takoha.
O,
I don't know, I think you're right.
Yeah. And it's separate words.
yeah, 2 words, eh?
Yeah.
So still tā or te,
Yeah.
te koha. Yeah, because so it's te koha instead of tākua.
It's separate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 words. It is. Um, oh, Mike's name's spelled wrong. Yeah, H. Actually. Yeah, right. I've got her to come down.
Asked her and she messaged.
She's actually living up Bay now.
Okay. Just put it in translate.
Yeah. But when she turns 18, she'll be just back to live down here.
I don't know about those.
So
Maybe
find out when she's planning on.
process via email then if they just
Find out about her in May.
David, is to you, Madam Chair. I was just wondering, I was just wondering if perhaps we can just leave this and approve them through their email.
Yeah,
With when the changes are done. Is that okay?
good idea. Too many though. How you vote?
Okay.
Okay then. You second that?
Yep.
All in favour?
Aye.
Great. Okay, matters arising from any of those minutes, we have a group email. That we can use that. Okay, then we'll go on to number 10.
That's me. So I've got a report here from the Māori Standing Committee called Hangi Hukoi Hakari Hoki, and it's a celebration for South Wairarapa on Waitangi Day. We presented back in October last year asking the Māori Standing Committee if they would like to celebrate Waitangi and we would apply to the Culture and Heritage Fund. We did that and we were unsuccessful. So then in December, spoke back to the Māori Standing Committee and decided that we would scale it down and try and get it to meet a certain budget that we thought we could secure. Initially, it was thought that it might fall into a civic fund. Unfortunately, Waitangi doesn't. So that's why I'm now pleading to the Māori Standing Committee. Could you guys possibly support us? I've got an application, a grant application from the universities, but this is a report about the event and also attached to that is the event plan for the day. So we're looking to do a hangi and it would be at Waitu Mōkai, a community hangi where we're asking community to come down with their peelers and peel potatoes and kumara and preparation. We're also going to have kia ora being taught We've got Karen Mikaida taking people down to Warapawana to look at 3 restoration projects that we've had a part in. We've got speakers coming in, 2 special guests. We've got Hirawini Munson coming in to talk about the Tiriti o Waitangi in modern day context. We've got Whari Paki coming from South Africa about Māori ward, and us as whānau, as hapori whānui, and how we can support and do wrap round manaaki for our candidate, and what the process might look like, and the narrative that we might like to think about when we're supporting candidates. So we just thought Waitangi Day opportunity to speak into the very controversial at the moment, the Waitangi Principles Bill, an opportunity to speak about that, but also the connection to the Māori through Māori laws. So we signed that treaty for a reason, to ensure that we held a voice. So that's the connection there, and we thought we've been dying to do a hangi at that, and so we've got 2 hangi masters.
Who gets everybody?
Yeah. Oh yes, Mark can make it as well. And we've got a Tuhunga Raraga, Violet, coming down to do something.
Are you?
Yeah. So they're gonna make the Ponoroa.
I'm in
Parawa.
good timing because I have some harakeke for you within the next, whenever. I'm just finishing off Jane's harakeke.
Did you?
And the next
But I'll do it like a couple of days before you need it.
Yeah,
Right.
Sunday week.
yeah, next week.
So in terms of being able to promote this, we've had some
Anyway.
some of that promotion until we knew that we'd secured funding from MSC. But we've got an email that can be sent out by email, a poster email. We've got a poster for printing, and we've got a electronic one for Instagram and Facebook. So hopefully with a positive outcome tonight, we'll be able to get that underway tomorrow first thing, and we'll push it out to trustees and whānau.
Put it out because we've got pretty,
Yeah.
all the rural areas we can, push it out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, through the community boards.
I'll give you my red card. So that way, just flick me in the email.
Yep.
Get it out straight away.
It's 3 mediums that way. And what they do, the stuff for Instagram and Facebook, and the email sends you a link, and the link comes back to the Waitu Mokai website. Awesome. So the pānui, and then that gives you the schedule of the day, what's happening. So you can send a link back to them.
Awesome.
Okay. So there is
Good day for everybody.
and there's also an event plan, and then the application for consideration is in the appendices. Okay, that's nice.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
We just need to receive them.
Okay. Do I have a mover to receive the Hangi Hikue Hakari Hoki report?
I'll take a second, mate.
Hey, you still on holiday?
Was there any feedback?
Any feedback on it from anybody?
I just want to say it was a really well presented
Sounds cool.
application. Really, I enjoyed reading it. Really comprehensive, really clear, really precise as to what you're after. So thank you.
Yes.
I just want to encourage, we have Pūtea to the end of this financial year in June, so this is the way that we want to use it. So Marae and Matt, if you come up with other ideas.
Yeah.
As well.
Got to get Mark on.
Get a couple for Papua, but wait till he comes.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Get on call.
And of course, if you need support, you can come through council, help to formulate the proposal, and
Good idea, Panic. Is money there, so.
No. Oh,
So you're asking for 1,800. And I thought that could be split over total for Itaia. There's the different activities, so 600 out of each of those.
It's a good one.
Yeah, because
Because it comes across.
else the vote that you thought, and I think splitting it actually makes more sense because of what they represent, right? What we Let's get back on it. Great idea. Yeah.
Just so that it can be coded across those.
Beautiful. Okay. Do we have to wait to look at the grant? Oh, okay, come up. That's right.
No, just say 600 or not?
What's 18?
Probably 900 across there.
Go to the kaki account.
Well,
Yeah, 666 plus the 3.
Mine's coming in.
Okay, let's think like that. It's 10.3. Okay.
The income and expenditure report. You only have to do about the grant.
Okay.
We're now moving on to item 10.2, the income and expenditure report. Mrs. Ramsden here. Would you like to take us through the report? Highlight any key points on discussion?
I printed off reports for everyone except myself. So through your chair, I believe the summary is it is almost $26,000 available for grants until the end of the financial year. We're not waiting for any grants.
It's only in March.
They've got one more meeting to give away some funding. So this shows the grants that have been given out and have been sent out. And then there's no other,
Nothing else.
something else waiting. Oh, so we worked out, Nerida and I worked out how much you have in each pot based on the previous gifting.
page 21.
Yep, so it's page 21 from Māori. Wata, there's 6,700. Patuku, there's 4,500.
The Kaya
Is
minus 600.
Yep, and Patuku is 7,700. So there's
Oh, yeah, so if we take,
Please, we
from each.
yeah, a little bit from each. I haven't did it tie up.
So I'm encouraging to go out and
Encourage people.
to apply for grants for the next meeting on the 29th of April.
Next meetings and.
April.
So that gives us some time, to talk to our marae.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could have an action to request that the comms team assist in promoting that. I don't want to give them more work, but
You want to second that? I do.
I'm just here for feed, so yeah. There's whiskey one day.
Action report.
Oh, so was,
Yes, we'll look at the comms team.
Bourbon, eh?
Assist
Bourbon.
I'm one.
grants
Oh, yeah.
out there.
It says. Yeah, I saw you online doing something. Must be doing-
Do a mover.
I made the cells of gin.
Mover. Baker. Okay. All those in favour, please say aye. Anyone against? Okay. Approve the grants.
yes, we're on to the grants.
Okay, we're up to it, approving the or not approving the application from the Wellington Free Ambulance for $3,294.02.
Right.
Pretty,
That's a lot for a police station.
Yeah.
It's a mass casualty.
Even those green
Oh, it's
green
the one marae.
things, they're quite dear too.
I thought this was across 3 marae.
Papua's already got one. This is for Hawariki.
Was that okay? I thought I saw.
it's huge. What do they buy?
Yeah, I know. I've tried to Google the pack.
I've got my, and
I thought what
they can, I fill out the, out for Hanui and it ain't got to be anywhere near that.
context of the pack, there's a couple of variations.
Right.
But also,
But it's not Kohanui as well?
Not at the moment.
We got some, sis, you do, eh?
Because I filled it out.
Yeah, so, yeah,
Because I buy it.
I thought he was supposed to come and speak to his application and also bring a pack so we could see what was in it.
He was
Yeah.
invited, he
I
was
think that's
asked.
$4,000
He said he'd be here.
birthday kit.
Maybe we should.
Must be a sheet in there.
come with the defibrillator.
Awesome.
We can defer it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's important that we understand what we're.
Just know what it's for, and then, because I mean, if this is for mass casualty and we know that Kohanui is going to be the one that needs to
Coastline.
coastline.
Oh.
Well,
They got
yeah, that can't be
in
the
town.
coastline and can't, you know, like, so that's and then, you know, and so a couple of.
Definitely Turanganui River will cut them off.
Yeah, they won't get past that. Martin, sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I think this is a very third-rate application for several reasons. First, it's all very well giving something a grand title. What actually is it that they are expecting us to pay for?
That was why they had.
Personally.
Yeah, because it's not even a list
They
of
had
things.
So the second thing is, if you were buying something on behalf of Tuanui or
The marae,
whatever, the Māori, I would expect there to be
Cheaper.
some attachment from some significant person. I say this is either a really good idea and we thoroughly approve it, or, well, actually, we've already got all of this stuff, and if they ever came and met us, they'd know what we've got. So I think for several reasons, in fact, I would not vote for this.
yeah, and I've never been out
Yeah.
there anyway to speak
Oh,
to them.
no.
Because
I know.
it reads almost like it's going to have
Yeah.
South Wairarapa Marae, sites of emergency, and, you know, it's important for the South
So
Wairarapa.
is our case
And that
not important?
the marae through the South Wairarapa. So if all of the marae are going to have chaining in it, then we probably need to be making sure they've all got one.
Yeah. I think they need to include the Ngāwi community group because they do have a community group out at Ngāwi that they came in with Auntie Mary that time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are the community group for out Ngāwi. So I think
Well, invite
19, yeah, 19,
back it all.
put letting them in with the ambulance stuff is the best thing we could do for them. If they're going to get cut off, at least we know they've got stuff there.
Yeah, yeah, and that can look after, like, right out on that coastline, yeah.
Because Reese Watkins, his mother, had to be rushed by his father because the ambulance couldn't get out there fast enough, but they had to rush the mother because she's got like heart palpitations and stuff. So they were trying to drive all the way to Martinborough, and then we stopped her. That was the Kumara planting.
Yeah,
So yeah, she stopped. We made her stop at for the turn off from Lake Ferry Road to wait for the helicopter.
Yeah, good, good.
But they don't have anything out there.
No,
No.
so out there, I'll tell you what they do have.
and they're only lucky on a Thursday
And a
and
lot of
pretty
volunteers.
north.
So Reese just,
Good.
other than truck,
Tracking for
yeah, only noticed his
like helicopter.
and said, "What's wrong?" And his mum was still, you know, doing the kind of stuff. And Ella rang them the helicopter for him.
Like the rural communities fully support Lifelike because they know that's the
Yeah.
only way.
There's a lot of elderly out there
So that's
Out there, yeah, no, I think.
So I mean, they don't even try to.
grown up there. They,
I think
Yeah.
that,
Generations have been out there.
yeah, I just thought I'd mention that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they've neglected the big community. And a marae. A tūpuna marae.
Yeah, yeah, and it would just be really good to actually single it up.
Oh, well, that's good.
Because the application says, South Wairarapa marae, but don't we exist?
For a question regarding all that. So
That
St. John's are doing, or the free ambulance are doing, what they're getting a mass casualty. Like we've all asked what that engaged, but how do we know what people can do with it or where to do with it? And also how are those communities informed on what it is or where it is they should go? There must be, I mean, they could land at the golf course at Ngāwi or anywhere there. So having designated spots where that can happen to, you know, expedite the transportation of emergent cases. So I think there's a whole educational system thing that needs to go on that somewhere along the line. I think we should
I think that's incorporated with their application. They say they will provide training.
That's on that kit, but he's
The
talking
kit.
about a little bit more than
Yeah, a
that. Like
little
he's
bit
actually
more,
talking about
yeah.
them actually going out and speaking to.
Right.
That community, yeah. Did you know that these people had approached Hawariki, or have they even?
Well, I haven't really been around, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Had a lot of emergency stuff, going in.
Yeah, with the-
Yeah, yeah,
It has a recognised emergency hub.
they need more information.
So, I could ask about that, but I really do think that all these marae need to get together to get a better understanding on what it is in regarding these emergency systems. So that's something, and I think each marae should be able to put on a wānanga so that
Yeah.
they can.
Right.
Just on that whole kaupapa.
Yeah.
So Nigel from Emergency Management, that's what we're doing on Thursday. We're actually going out to Pirinoa and he's a hui with Kohanui
Yeah,
and Pirinoa, and it's to look at that response and how the marae and Pirinoa community can work together, because there's it is underway, it is in discussion, so it'll be looking at emergency response, yeah, and how services can get to there.
It'll be good to join them to join.
yeah.
And Ngawi Coastal, if we could get in chat with Auntie Mary and them, invite them to Kohanui at the same time.
I reckon Nigel he would have emailed everybody.
I can
He's
just,
working like the Kohanui and Pirinoa community, there's the lake
Yeah.
community as well, so he's just been trying to get his way all the way around the coast to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So the tsunami containers, like one for which I've got a paper on that to talk to you guys about. And then there's one for Lake Ferry and one for Maui. So
Yeah.
the Lake Ferry location has been sorted, so that'll happen soon. And it's the Ngawi one. It looks like where Karamikaira and them's batches
yeah,
is away from the tsunami.
it's just out. Yeah.
So that could be the
Okay.
location for it. So he's just got to do his, communication with Kawakawa.
Oh, yeah. Great.
with Nigel's role, is that communicated out to the community that what's going on regarding that sort of thing?
Well, he works with, the marae and the community that it's, really relative to at the time. Before he goes wider, I think he just, really concentrates on building that.
I get
relationship with them.
I get emails from him
Yeah.
as a trustee for Kohanui.
Plus he's part of Remo, so they do
Yeah.
that comms as well. So it's a real, team effort. Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty,
Probably
Oh,
something
yeah.
to report back.
yeah.
The next one?
Clarification.
On Nigel's role.
Yeah, for Nigel to, say report back on the communications with, the Wharepa Coast, communities.
Make sure they're included in that one. So. Okay. So come back.
So are you approving?
So we're up to number 3, the grant for Pai Tu Mokai o Taui. Oh,
Have a kitchen? Or, yeah.
put the jug on, girl.
Yeah, put the
Let me stop about it quick. Okay. Any rulers or shakers or any,
so that's the
Yeah, Thomas.
one.
okay, movement from Martin? And a second
Second.
from. Okay, all those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion's carried. Okay.
Oh, checking out.
You can come back now. We like you. Okay, this is for the number 11, information reports from the CE and stuff.
Now we're having the Māori report because it's inserting it into.
Okay, Pai Māori.
Yeah.
We need you.
We've had the Māori report already, right? Or is this another one?
That was to.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
This is this one, the little one.
The one that's on its own,
Oh.
It's not so,
the add-in.
That's that, yes, that.
but between page 28, 29.
It's inserted.
So my report is the kupu whakātu. So it's just an update. So I just want to keep you guys on sort of up to date with what the mahi that I'm doing on the daily, but also projects that I'm sort of doing along parallel to the daily mahi. That was the reason to do the report, and that'll happen every meeting that we have. So things I wanted to talk to you guys about is Paper Road update at Palliser, the storage of the kākahu, the Māori Strategic Framework 25-year plan, pickled composting bins, te reo classes at UCOL, Waitangi Day events and 3-year programs 2025, and procurement mahi for Pākehā Māori. So Palliser Paper Road update. So I remember back in July 2023, we had Leighton Hale come in, and he was, you could tell he was quite distressed at the situation at Palliser Bay, where all the vandalism and the 4-wheel drives were, breaking through the gates, moving the gates.
I was distressed.
And then ripping up that area. So initially, I think we decided to do a bit of a steering committee. Or
There was Karen,
and Karen was going to be, and then it just sort of morphed. He came back another time. The situation hadn't changed. He's still being quite distressed. And then the third time we decided to have this discussion, we called them into council, and actually Harmy and Leighton came in. So we had a meeting with the CEs. And so they, said what the situation was. And at that point, their request was to close the Paper Road. They wanted it closed. They wanted to manage that whenua themselves. They wanted it back. So, Hapoi. Paper roads, tricky, very, very tricky things. Set up at a time, what the thing was about, really. It was just making sure they had Māori land, but still wanted to get on it and they wanted it. So we really looked into the option of closing the Paper Road. It was a very viable option. It was going to use a lot of time, energy, and the cost of it, who knows? And the time to get it sorted could have been a lifetime. So really we had to think of something outside of the box. We had to think of a different approach. We had to think of, keeping aroha and manaaki at the core of our engagement. And so we decided to pull a bit of a team together from the office in terms of roading people, emergency management, our legal executive, and our comms was really important as well, comms, and also our funding coordinator. So we'd have a couple of meetings along the way, and we just sort of discussed a sort of an option. We tried to think of the things that they wanted, how we're going to meet those. And we thought about lots of different things and ways to mitigate the issues out there of the vandalism and the continuous disruption to the whenua and damage to the environment out there. And so we put a proposal back to Leighton and Harvey, and you got to just love it, because you just think you're nailing it. You think you've thought of everything, and you've come from this place of aroha and manaaki, and then they say a beautiful thing like, yeah, kapai, that bit's okay, but that bit's not, and you go, right, okay, reset, rethink. But that was kapai, and what it's done is it's led us into another path of a way to get the solution, and that is, with acknowledging that it's a heritage site, that it's a waihi tapu site, that all of that coastline is that, and so that should be the kaupapa that we should work on in terms of being able to get funding to support. Really, it's the gate and the fence.
Yeah, because me and Violet, we grew up out there. There was no gates out there, but that was us. Only us Māori camped there. And the Pākehā, they went past us, but they didn't take their big, huge vehicles. They walked.
Yeah.
And they had their tractor, and they were very respectful. Me and Violet grew up out there. Before there was any fences out there along the whole of that coast, there was nothing for us. Back in the 70s and 80s, and everybody was respectful. The farmers, the locals used to, they used to go past us. We're parked right there. There used to be an old copper pine there. That's where we used to camp in amongst that. But everybody knew that, they knew who we were, and they just go, hello, and then that was it. But there was never any trouble there. That was with no gate.
Yeah, right.
But then all of
a sudden I've come home 42 years later, and there's a gate, there's a fence, and it's like big 4-wheel drives going through there. You can say it's all Wellington, but some of them are local, because I've been talking with Mark's got a sister-in-law out there, his brother's wife lives out there. She took some photos for me and she said that the 4 vehicles were local.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it is a big thing for me, especially for me and Violet, that to allow them in there, there needs to be legislations,
Yeah.
things they need to be not able to do in there, and you need to have it on paper so they're aware of it. You can't just say, don't do this and that. We need to have it on, we need to have it. Of course, you can go through on your vehicle, but if you get caught doing something you're not supposed to in your vehicle, we're not going to confiscate it, but you won't be allowed back in the
Car park.
because all the locals take photos of every car that drives past Ngawi.
Yeah.
They know all the not local cars.
So we have come to a solution, and yes, it does involve a bylaw, and it is going to restrict motor vehicle. So I don't want to sort of speak out of turn. This is Hami and Leighton, this is Ngāti Hiniwaka's kaupapa. But just to say that it's been a real, again, a team effort across the council, and to bring a solution together that does the best by mana whenua that we possibly can, that stops the vandalism and so on. It's going to take time. That's why we need a comms strategy. So that's been quite an important part of it as well, that we lead out with the narrative and we just keep it positive all the way through.
I think another little, it might be not that important, but another thing that you might want to take into consideration, Tautoko Hami and Leighton, but there's others, these other whānau of ours that want to be in those conversations as well. Hami already knows who they are. They're Ngāti Hiniwaka, whatever it is, but they're not getting the chance to be involved in the decision making. And it's going to be said that they're just saying it to me in Violet. They get, cuz who's making all the decisions? Like, you already know, but I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but there is other family members that have the right, because they're landowners, to know what's going on with that road.
I think what you're saying there.
Because they're getting pretty angry and stuff to us. We need a whole wānanga with everybody. I mean, Leighton can run it or whatever, but I think the rest of our family need to be present on any decision.
That's right. And that's your fella's kordero.
Yes.
There's more whānau out there, eh?
There's more whānau living out there than.
But we'll do what we can with the means
just
that
to
we
keep
have.
it, to keep it calm for Hami. We don't want him to be doing this all by himself. By just nations want to cause a scene. It'll stop that,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so the other part, the other one, a stakeholder that is there, of course, is DOC. And so we've actually got 2 DOC rangers out of the kaupapa. And so that's just another part. It's another stakeholder, and we've brought them into the kōrero, and
They're not doing that.
it's been our last week was really good. It was very understanding, and
So what was the proposal?
bylaw, to utilise a bylaw.
And that bylaw is going to state what?
Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle.
We had a discussion with Hami today actually about this.
It's through there at all.
And there's
Carl.
this are going to involved. The 4 blocks that there
Oh, cool. Yes.
between the owners. Those and others that
It sounds really good. We'll get this bylaw underway. I think that's the key thing.
We call now,
So is that all right with everybody?
That is great.
We'll keep you up to date as
It's moving forward now.
it does move. That's what Leighton said when he was leaving. We've moved leaps and bounds ahead for a couple of years.
The more people who get involved now, the less knows later.
Yes,
Right.
I know.
We knew back when we started this that it could lead to that anyway.
Certainly fast, but.
Yeah, and it was going to take time.
We want everyone on,
Kaupapa Tuarua, so the kākahu, and I'm starting to use our kaupapa Māori values when I'm writing these sort of reports. So kotahitanga and whakapapa mana, related to the kākahu. So I am looking at options now of a way to house and protect the kākahu, and look at, I've considered sort of a glass case. I quite like the black mannequins. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've got one. Just no head or arms or anything, just
the torso. That's, but that doesn't necessarily protect it on the outside. But I'm just still looking at other options.
because light can destroy the feathers and any bugs. So occasionally got to be able to get to it, to put some fly spray in there to make sure. And over time, the colours will fade if it's got too much light coming through.
Alrighty.
And there's bugs that eat feathers.
And then, of course, there'll need to be some protocols around it when it can be used, etc. So I'll keep that moving along.
I've got it in a one of those suit
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Because they
also nothing.
So the other big piece of work, which is I've been doing that pretty much since I got back from Spain, and it's been
Wow.
a long in parallel to just the day-to-day mahi. But I've been looking at how do we embed Te Ao Māori into the organisation of council. So of a few other sort of recent meetings I've had with SLT, it looks like it's a Māori strategic framework is what I'm creating. Initially, I kept falling towards strategy and thinking it's a strategy is what I need. But actually, maybe it's more of a framework, which is, has a bit more movement, has other things that can come in and
Living.
a bit more living. And so in that, we had a really good workshop, myself, Andrea and Scott and Lena, and we looked at, dream time. We had a look at this moimoia of Māori. What does it look like to be thriving and as Māori? What are the things that we want? What is our moimoia? And then we looked at the council, council's obligations, constitution, legislatively, legal, settlements, policy, and local relationships involving MOUs and joint commitments. And then we thought, right, appeared those like that, and then we came to this middle part. What's this middle part? That's where we've got the kotahitanga, that's where the tiriti or waitangi should be, that's where that agreement, that's where our relationship needs to be. So, and in that would sit, Māori policy, the significance and engagement policy, especially the section around engaging with Māori, which I have done an edit. And then there's, things like the procurement platform, which is around Pakehi Māori, and council looking at some of that spending on services and procurement of services, that some of that go to Māori businesses. But also Wellington NZ have now developed a platform, so I've been working with Mel Arno to investigate that, to get our Pakehi Māori up to tender, up to understanding what an application looks like to work, to get services from council, and try and, get us into those spaces, So that's another big body of work. Something else that I'm just holding on to is the enduring narrative, and that's how we articulate, probably, through motifs, probably through design, Māori design, our journey, our moimoia, our partnership, our dual histories. Māori engagement framework, already done that. That's to be made operational within council. So I'm going to work with Paul on how we make that operational within each section of council. Goals of Māori strategic framework. At our workshop, we've always had tautoko, te tai ao, marae wawata and whakapapa. And then Violet, you brought another two into space, which was Tinoranga, Tiratanga and Mātauranga. And actually that has fed into our storyline, and we're now, our whakapapa is actually our foundation. Our Tinoranga, Tiratanga is what we're going to aspire to.
Yes.
Our full po will be our knowledge, Mātauranga Māori, Te Tai Ao and Tautoko and Marae Wawata are going to be our four foundation. So these are all the, the things that you have in your mind, and now I've got to try and turn that into something that SLT and the elected members are going to go, okay, that, okay, I know what you're saying now, really. And then privacy focused priorities, that's super important. And how to get there. At the moment, I just made a couple of notes of a couple of places that already have a Māori strategic framework, and I tried to put the links in there, but it was giving some huge thing. I thought, oh, that's no good. But they were Dunedin City Council and Dunedin, Otago University, both have adopted a Māori strategic framework. So I thought that was just quite interesting, and they're quite a good read on the interweb. To a far pickled composting bins. She's going to come back to us. Her name is Lydia, and she's going to come back. And again, it's done kaitiakitanga, manakitanga, mana motuhaki. But she, you got, what do you call it? Compost. But hers is pickling the food. And she has this pickling flakes.
Like bokashi. Is it like bokashi?
Bokashi.
It is bokashi.
It's the same theory. And so she's got this one called Pickled, and she's been promoting it. She got a bit of money from Community Wellbeing Fund, so she's looking to expand, and she's thinking about going to, because she's got two sizes of buckets, but she's looking to go to wheelie bins, and she's wondering if that is something that Marae might be interested in, because it would be little bucket to the power of 10. But quite a good thing. Last night, so I bought one.
last night I put the eggshells in there and all the chicken bones, because it can take chicken bones, kidney shells, mussel shells. You just have to smash it up a little bit,
And it
but it
breaks
can
it
break
down.
it all down.
And what, you just use it as compost?
And then you can use it on your compost, or you can bury it into your garden.
That would work well because we've got our nursery there.
Yeah.
Because it promotes all the
So all our highways could from the marae.
Yeah,
To go and do that and then feed the nursery.
Yeah, that's.
yeah.
So Kāpai, so she's pickled, but she's been working with a group up in Hastings and one of the marae, or a collective of marae, and they've developed another one and it's called rongo, from rongo. So I said to her, I'll introduce this to
So cooked foods and raw can go in there as well. Together.
you can put onion skins. Nothing takes onion skins. And
No,
skins and citrus.
and citrus, yeah.
But she's got this other one that she's in partnership and they're developing, and it's called rongo. And I said to her, look, I'll introduce this to the committee on tonight, but we'll invite you back for the next forum. And we suggest that you bring us some information on the rongo.
Yeah.
Might be more partial.
Can she come and talk to us?
Yeah. At the forum.
Has she got,
Awesome.
have you got contact numbers for her or email for her?
Yeah, jump the gun.
No, but I mean, if it's smaller buckets than what I could try out and see it.
Try it out.
And before the next.
I'll tell her that you can call, who should she call at the marae? How would
Give Blair's a ring, I suppose.
These will work well because we're all parapuri.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her name is Lydia Thompson.
And would she ring you, Violet? Would you be the best
Lydia, yeah.
for Koinai?
Okay.
And
Who for calling
Me.
Michael for.
He's the garden man.
He's the guy.
He'll correct you.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it needs to run by the maramataka,
True. Tuarima,
there's no chemical.
I just wanted to let everybody know that you, Cole and Marston and of course the kaupapa values are pukingatanga, te reo whakapapa manakitanga, and this is they offer beginners, intermediate, level 3 and 4. Classes start, well, I've enrolled to do level 4, and it starts on the 17th of February, and it's once a week.
Yeah.
So better hurry up and enroll.
Yes, please, Andrea, hurry up.
Nice classes.
Well, Kitty does
Oh,
beginners, intermediate, and she does level 3, but your Uncle Mike does level 4.
he's better than doing it.
But it may be his last year.
I thought he retired. Yeah, I think he retired. I've seen his.
Because he gets Māori and it can really knock him down.
Yeah, they had a
Like him.
presentation for him.
Kitty said that definitely this was probably going to be his last year, so I thought I'm going to do that.
Rosie hasn't made me do that.
Had a big lunchy thingy of his last year. The ring ding.
I'm doing the classes at Featherston.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah, so, and they start on the 12th.
Hey,
12th of Feb.
12th of Feb.
does Edith's dinner?
I don't know if Edith's doing it this year, but John has.
Okay.
Oh, the beginner.
So beginner, and I think we're going to do 2.
Oh, yeah. Cuzzy John.
nice.
Like just, yeah,
I could attend
hour and a half, like,
right time.
So, good. He's a good teacher.
yeah.
To Ono procurement platform for Pataki Māori. So that's what I was talking about. Now Lano from Wellington NZ, they've developed a platform. So I've had one meeting with her and just going to keep that conversation going and work out, how can we get this happening with council and our Māori and Business Network. To a whetu Waitangi Day event, so Manakitanga Ukai Pōtanga, Pukengatanga. So yes, that's done that discussion. And to a waru, the 2-year program 2025, I wasn't sure that we'd confirmed anyone, and I was told today we have.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a little bit out.
Was
I've
that?
just been a bit busy with, I don't even know if Robert. Someone was away because someone was sick in their family or whatever. So he just took a little while to
Okay.
ring.
So it's your nephew, Tyzek?
It's Jodie's boy, V. He come in and did a presentation last year.
Wait for that community group.
Yeah.
Okay.
He knows you know, he knows
Yeah.
Karen.
Yeah, I've met Tyzek. So
Yeah.
Walker, he's our new.
Good. He's a good little.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Representative.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, that's lovely.
Keeps him busy.
Yeah, ties out.
He lost his dad in his
I'm not sure that they
week apart.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that is me. Any questions?
Any feedback, Bono?
Very good. Good
Mhm.
work.
So what, Lisa, is that up now, is it? Yeah. Up here.
of the youth advisory. Yep. Long-term plan. Okay.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Taka tino, kamong. No, oh, cool. Ko, waihopai te awa. No mereheke aho. Ko Lisa Matthews talk more.
Yeah.
Kia ora, everybody. You might know my face from the positive ageing role. So I'd just like you to put that aside for this evening because I'm not here in that capacity. I'm here because I'm giving South Wairarapa a hand with their engagement for the long-term plan. Some of you will know that I gave a hand to them last week for this and the enhanced annual plan. So they must have liked what I did because they've asked me back to give them another hand. So, so I'm with Nerida to talk about what we would like to see with engagement regarding with Māori and the long-term plan. So there is a report there, a brief update on the long-term plan. I would take that as read unless there's any questions. Otherwise, we'll skip to the questions at the end of the report. That's okay. So are there any questions on the progress of the long-term plan development? Great. So as you can see there, we are asking your support and assistance with designing engagement with Māori for the long-term plan. So that is in a range of different ways, and it's great that Alex is here tonight because one of the questions I have is how can we work with Alex? How can and what suggestions do the Māori Standing Committee have on working with young Māori? There also is what ways would you like us to engage with your marae or any other organisations, and how can, of course, we've got Councillor Pip and Martin here tonight. How can they support you with this mahi? So I really guess it's just opening. Just do it. Yeah, so I guess we just like to hear what your thoughts are. Is that about where we're at?
Yeah.
Anything else from you?
It's just that, opportunity, long-term plan, for Māori, we don't often sort of think these are documents that are ours. Actually, we do have we do need to be involved in them. We do need to be part of the decision making and looking at the, what is this in terms of the landscape for our next generations and our marae and whānau, and how does the long-term plan shape that up? So I guess, the important thing is how do you want Lisa and her team and support Martin and Pip in engaging with Māori? Do you want them to come to marae? Is there something specific? How do we engage with the rangatahi? Is there, what do other councils do?
I mean, you put 12 to 24, so.
I mean, you can speak to Carterton and Marsden because it's been 12 years. They do.
There's only worried about a new.
Both of those councils, both Carterton and Masterton, have a youth council. So a lot of the engagement is sort of directed through those, and actually and then the youth council themselves may go on to organise events and with support of the youth worker. So Alex, you can answer that question.
Alex comes.
Those ones that are younger.
Libraries might be a good place. Libraries, maybe.
With some of those and the railway stations.
Yeah.
Well, so
corners.
So one of the things, if I may, I just so things that are in the long-term plan and that the long-term plan is focusing on And it does say it in the report, but just so everyone's aware, we're looking at core infrastructure, and that's kind of front and centre. So we're not going out and asking about, you know, how would you like a park here or whatever. It's not that. We're looking at, you know, how about our drinking water and about wastewater network and, you know, and about
Adult stuff.
all the fun, sexy stuff that's under the ground and no one's,
The good stuff.
they don't really
Yeah,
care, but we
yeah.
care.
Yeah.
But this is what really floats Māori boats. So it's, you know, this is actually the kind of stuff that we haven't for quite some time
Waihanga is how you get rangatahi.
in a long-term plan. And I just think it's really important
Yeah.
to, as the Māori Standing Committee, to start speaking to the marae about how they'd like council to come and engage, and whether or not that's at one of your meetings or how, because I think it's really important, and we don't hear enough from marae putting in a submission. And it would be really good to start thinking along those lines as well, for me as well. And that's what I'd like to say.
So there's a range of non-specific public activities that are already lined up, which is in the beach library, which is in a cafe in each town, which is standing at the train station very early in the morning. So there are a range of general events that are going to be organised, and alongside those, of course, working with Alex on youth. Myself with my the other hat on, I was talking to myself about organising events for activities for older people, but really, yeah, keen to hear what you would like to see and how we can achieve it.
And your experience, Alex, how do you think rangatahi sort of respond to things like LTP?
Council.
They don't.
I think it's a rep group.
They don't think it is not their business. That's the way they think.
Well, we'll do that when we're old.
Adults don't have.
That's what my boys say.
Yeah, couldn't I?
When I'm old, Mum, when you'll
Have a school council, like a council?
Yeah.
They do have a school council.
Yeah.
So maybe it's about engaging there.
With the school council.
at the school.
Because they've already got
And
it.
the school council will hit the other kids with
Yeah.
whatever.
They'll put it out there.
The thing-
Yeah.
There's people saying that the things we're tackling in this LTP are generational.
Yes.
That haven't been done.
Oh,
So
Start now.
Rangatahi actually has a vested interest in what being done going forward. Because we are looking at generational change here. So important we get that engagement.
and yeah, having hui at the marae, calling hui at each of the marae, because when you do that, the parents come and who gets dragged along with them?
The other siblings.
And we,
So-
and that's the thing, I mean, if you do it at the school council level with a couple of the that's not so bad, possibly young councillors. But who, so all have, who have children that age or something that, you know, they've already got a tie-in and that, you know, that they can actually speak.
And I don't know if all the committee actually knows Alex's role with council, but you give us a little debrief.
I'm the youth advisor, the first and hopefully last youth advisor.
She'll stay there, but she means.
So yeah, my role is to anything that involves rangatahi aged, I brought it down to 11 to 24. So it looks different between the 11-year-olds to the 13-year-olds to the 14-year-olds to the 18-year-olds to the 19-year-olds to 24-year-olds. Going by what we're talking about, for us to approach the rangatahi, we need to show up to them. We can't expect them to come to us, and we need to show up with Kai because Kai gets all the rangatahi in. So that's
And something orphan to play with.
yeah, like answer this question for
A fidget.
yeah something that's going to be like and make it easy. Yeah, like a QR code, scan it, answer the question. Here's your whatever. Just really making it small, not massive, because otherwise I'm not doing that. It's going to take up, and if we do it at their lunchtime as well, yeah, it needs to be like 2 minutes max where they're like, okay, cool. And then they're off with their mates again. Not this, hey, can you come sit down for half an hour? Because they'll be like,
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I've got to go, miss my boss.
well, my friends are over there waiting. I don't, like we've got to make it quick.
Yeah, you don't.
For the few questions that we want answered, that have body to it, and then be like, here's your kai, or here's your sausage and bread, here's your whatever, and then they can go again, and then they'll go and tell their mates.
And then come back and get a free sausage.
It's pie over there. Yeah, they'll come back. It's just showing up for them, not making them come to us because they won't.
Is it like going to the pump track and that kind of thing and just meeting them there, or like where the places?
Anywhere that
Where they are.
Well, I like the fact of like just doing a QR code
yeah,
and it's not 3 questions.
Yeah.
And it's like bang, 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 and it sucks it straight to whatever, so where it's collating that information.
yeah, like
And I
the
think-
pump track parks, because if you're wanting to get the 11 to 13-year-olds, of their BMX track, the pump track, the
Paid shops.
pools, schools are about to go back. So I have connections in Kuranui, so I'm quite often allowed to just go in there and be me. So lunchtime there for them, and also they'll get intimidated by a lot of people. So we'd want to make sure we're aware of that as well, because they'll be like, they're all, we.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
So when you're trying to discuss these infrastructure issues that they're looking to deal with over the next 9 years, how do you explain that to how do you even explain it to an older person?
Flushing the toilet and it going down.
Yeah, that's right.
Always gonna win. Every time, that's how you do it with them.
I think you start off seeing what they know. You ask them what they know about it first, and then
Yeah, just have
in
it.
between there. But you won't drown them with what they think they already know about. So you get it. Like if you get whether they get it or they're not, like they get
It kind of highlights a big problem that we don't teach civic responsibilities in our schools at all. So you start talking about LTP and it's like, I don't even know what a council is.
Yeah.
Let alone what an LTP is or an annual plan, combined district plan, like and then it's all full of acronyms.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you're right, it's a good point. Like, how do you start at the very basic level? This is who we are and this is what we do, and as part of that, we've got this process, and this is why it matters,
It does make you wonder, like, you actually do need to find that out, because, I mean, it was a conversation that was in our household.
Yeah, right.
And my dad was always ranting about news. But I was kind of aware, and because at that time, the mayor used to walk around town with his chain,
Chains on.
like literally everything.
Area, yeah.
He's right at the end of the table.
Martins, but
Bling, bling.
he did. He used to wear it all the time, and so I was always like, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
And then once I got told once, I went, "We have a what?"
And what does he do?
Yeah, but
That would be 5% of our households.
but do you think?
I think
Look at this and that. I don't-
Mr. Nicey was the mayor for a bit in Featherston.
Rates are at
Free chocolate.
people's on top of people's minds all the time. So I just feel like it's just a normal conversation. It'll be a negative one, but it's wonder if
Well, going back to the bread and the sausage, some kind of community development, we'd have pancakes in parks and we get people in.
pancakes in the park, that's even better.
Discussing anything. And
You guys or is it how you
Always.
that one, Lisa? Pancakes in the park.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
hot
let's
dog.
not do that.
Well, you know what I just thought about?
Why not?
Take us on ski.
You know what I just thought about?
You want to have your carry your easy carry.
It's easy as I carry
We
it.
could talk about.
And just instead of turning up for a sausage sizzle or something, maybe find out what those kids are doing. They might need some funding. So your guys' barbecues could be part of their fundraising. That will get them there. Like, oh yeah, we're going to do some fundraising or sausage sizzle for a kaupapa at school or kaupapa to do with the community.
Yeah.
You know, let's get involved in helping them do some fundraising as well as getting them on board with learning council stuff. But you know what I mean?
The Māori Standing Committee supports some initiatives where a group from Kurunui and a group from us, we gave them money to buy their sausages or
Yeah,
whatever they
and
needed.
it's type up of there,
Their own
but
barbecue, so they're not.
getting them there and then bringing the council stuff, the LT, whatever stuff.
To the end of
Got a
the.
budget to do
Go
that.
up to now.
We've got a grants,
So
but
there.
it's just.
It's a grants budget, but if we.
No, there's a,
Māori
the-
committee has a-
there's a lot,
council has a
That's-
brutality.
the budget for the long.
As they-
and engagement.
They,
Catering.
no,
That would definitely get them there, fundraising for their own.
Maybe just think wider.
Got to give them an incentive.
mm,
I'd like to know what other councils do, you know, like we're not the only one in this. So
They,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
they need to have an incentive,
they've got to have something at the end of it.
but they need it to be also, like we said,
Based around them.
they don't understand what this stuff is. I don't even understand what this stuff is sometimes. So making sure that it's explained to them in a way that they're going to understand, because most, like we're,
Language.
yeah, and with someone that can actually get along with our rangatahi, that can be fun and have a joke. And because some of them, they will joke with you and you'll be like, oh, that hurt my feeling.
Serious and they're like, look, I'm fine.
Hello.
Yeah.
You get the whole face and they're like,
Councillor.
okay,
But I can tell you just one aspect of this though, right?
Yeah, so that,
It's just, I mean, that's just one aspect of this engagement.
so Alex and I are actually meeting tomorrow to discuss this further, so we can take what's been on the table and work out a plan. But as you say, this is only kind of one of the questions that
Yeah.
is on the table.
Yeah.
So I guess, do you want me to organise, does each marae want to host a hui where the councillors come and talk about it? Or how do you want this?
I'm big one in town here.
We did, annual plan, an arts annual plan last year. And we went out and we met the individual communities.
Yeah.
And we went out to Naui, I think
Yeah.
you came.
I know you guys did that.
Yeah.
Out to Tora, we had fantastic engagement.
Yeah.
And when we went to them,
Yeah.
and it was organised, like the roadshow we went, we presented, we talked, we took notes, and it was,
Appreciate you more when you go to.
yeah, and it was like rather than just, sitting here and expecting people to come
Yeah,
and
so,
ask questions,
sorry, thank you, I should have said that. This is not about us saying, get them here. This is actually about us, the South Wairarapa Council going to where the community is. So I guess I'm saying, do you want to, each marae want to invite them to visit each marae and speak? This is what I mean, is to hear what the.
Is the marae the best place to go?
Yeah.
Is it somewhere else? That's the other question too.
Well, it's one, it's one of the
Is- is
places
it
where we might.
where we-
have
where we can-
engagement.
with Māori.
And the kids will be nice.
Not every Māori family is engaged at their marae. Not every Māori is engaged at their marae. You need to,
I just asked through that in the notes.
not every Māori has
And we have to remember, whānau, we've got more than just
that's what we need.
somebody who whakapapa
Oh, yeah.
Those students' parents may not even have
been in our community.
to that event. We need to,
That's what I thought, like, in a hall somewhere.
And do it, or,
Job,
just. is
So
it
what's
Lake-
your
is
answer
it
to
Lake
that?
Erie, or is it?
we'll have to go to them in their community, because like I said, not all of my whānau have a car, and not all of,
Where is that though? Where you say
I
that?
don't know, wherever they usually are.
Out at Pirinoa, if we can target just the families that live out there,
Yeah,
because otherwise our whānau got to come from all over New Zealand to get out there.
and Masterton's local, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, their local community, wherever they hang out,
so
wherever they go for help,
a lot of that,
wherever they go for help.
so that Pirinoa, Lake Ferry and the coast, they go to Kurunui.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wherever they go to collect their
Okay.
weekly bunch of free food, maybe those kind of places, the food banks and stuff like that. Because, yeah,
Because that's what the.
those are the people we want to engage with. The ones that can't engage, not because they're not interested, because they got no liabilities to get them anywhere.
Age group.
Like, you'll get, those people who are actively involved in their marae,
Yeah,
or go to an event there.
you got like
Whānau who
80% of them can't.
may not want to go,
Yeah.
may not
Yeah,
be able to get there. So it's about, and they might not agree with.
shall we target
Like, so all of a sudden,
instead of the marae?
you've got to have it all spots. I think.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
Hawariki is a good example. You could have it at the marae here because
Because it is the,
all the kids here living local. Where out there is a different story.
Summer.
Keep in mind,
Our kids aren't.
I think they'll feel more, you know, secure in their own community instead of going out to a marae. They're like, oh, this is in our like safe space kind of thing. Oh, we've got to behave kind of thing. And then they're like,
You are going out to Ngāwi, so the other thing is as well, and not just Ngāwi, but the other thing is as well, is it just ensuring that we let our whānau know when we're heading out to the.
ask them, put a pānui out and ask.
Area.
There's a suitable place for them that can't get to anywhere to meet.
No, we just have certain places, then if you can get to one of those places, turn up.
Yeah, but just not.
Instead of having to go to every time to
Put it
carry mileage.
Right, and get it
So-
out on the email.
Must be a downer as well. We're, the engagement is only open for 1 month. So it's what we can achieve in that month as well.
So you could
Sorry.
do a one day of going to 3 different locations
Yeah.
in a day, being
Yeah,
there
yeah,
for 2 hours there, or,
Yeah.
you know, just
Yeah,
do your best.
Yeah.
because you'll have a time where people should be there.
When does it open and when does it
it's been
close?
done by June.
It opens on the 28th.
I want to drive out there just for 2 hours.
30th March. So do we want to, I mean, I heard you talk about Haori, so that would be, because it's local, it's close.
Yeah, and
That would be-
everyone here can walk to it.
Yeah,
Well, the school kids
Ours.
know Haurariki.
so.
Then maybe Kohanui is included in Pirinoa Kohanui.
Yeah,
Yeah, do that little loop.
And so we're at,
because you're going out to the coast
No,
anyway.
yes, so any whānau out that way.
And then the Kohanui,
Road trip.
Maryborough,
What you're going to do now.
yeah,
If you can't get there.
Maryborough and Feathers.
So is that pretty north ferry? No, we,
so where's
One hui, eh?
where's a physical place that we could go in that area, the Pirinoa?
It's the Pirinoa.
At the school.
The balls,
Yeah, school, some,
Putting a hall there or the school.
particular dates or time of day that would be best. Who can, I guess I'm just thinking there's I have a lot of questions. Is there a couple of people
I
that?
remember people going back to school.
No, and it's not only that, you're talking about farmers. Okay, so rural is completely different
Yeah.
from others because when they finish work, they're.
We just had that conversation with emergency preparedness, so
Yeah.
a good contact list and aware.
He does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So I think we
okay.
just need to.
some, yeah, so we.
He's got that whole community.
I think it's Scotty's the one to get in touch with about.
So, but what I'm,
Yes, Scotty is.
Oh, yes, Nigel's got his contact.
Yeah.
so, sorry, jumping in, so what I've heard so far, just, and correct me if I'm wrong, with, having a opportunity at Hauriki, going up to Pirinoa,
It's a bit of a
yeah,
trading.
and, but also places or organisations where Māori that want to attend those kind of meetings are going.
So
So that we,
food bank, I thought that has some relevance.
so and we will be contacting, we'll be contacting.
If they can give you the-
organisations, Food bank, so I mean,
Carlton Food Bank, they're very friendly bunch of people in there.
Yeah, you can.
making sure that they have that information in place.
You know, you've got to remember that, like that, you know,
Yeah, whānau don't like to go be seen at a food bank.
they don't want to,
5 days a week.
they just won't go and get food instead, if they know that the council's going to be.
No, I'm talking about just actually leaving some information.
Yeah.
Encouraging.
If you do them small, if you do small ones that they can fit into the bags that they do, and then talk to May.
Yeah.
And make that, just slot them in.
Yeah.
If she's okay with it. May could, yeah, I mean, she could slot them into. Retail.
So community meeting.
Martinborough and the.
Yeah, social council,
Yeah,
okay. So, and what do you want these two to be doing in this period?
We know what we've got to do.
Yeah, they know what they're up to.
Their community.
We've already got the engagement plan from you guys, so we already know where we're going.
The question, which is, how are we gonna, these guys, they've got their jobs, you're okay with that? And of course, Martin, Martin's given me a list of events that he would be at. Yeah.
Because I've got a crop of them girl.
Yeah, you haven't grown up.
Hold on. Do you want to add anything else? Otherwise, you and I are talking tomorrow, so we can take this. And so Thank you for this, and you and I will work on this and come back with some invitations or a description of what our plan is. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Kia ora, thank you
Okay,
for your time. Yeah.
you're welcome.
Not bad, Fano, 7:25.
Well, that's the information report.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. That's about.
Now we'll move on to Alex, who's gonna give us an update on the youth advisory group.
Yeah, so I've just been asked to come and just let you guys know what I'm doing, seeing as this is a first for our council. I have started yet, so this is the first showing of advertisement and whatnot of my youth advisory group. So I am doing things a little bit different to Masterton and Carterton, whereas they have a youth council. We've never had a youth council in the Southwest, so I'm making it an advisory group, so it's less pressure on them. There's no the terms of reference aren't as hard out and whatnot, and they can just come in and we can do it hopefully for a few years if I keep my contract. We keep going that way, and then they can evolve into a youth council if that is what they choose. I was going to run it into two different ages, the 11 to 13-year-olds and then 14 to 24-year-olds, so that they didn't feel as intimidated. But I think I'm going to do it straight, just 11 to 24-year-olds. So here's my first. I've got two because I couldn't decide on which looks better, but I've got these just to show you. They're just my. Sorry, I'll show you that way and that way. It's just what we are, what we do.
And
Which one? This one? Everyone's saying the blue.
And I like blue.
it's the blue one.
Well, I'm going to put them both everywhere.
You can see the writing better with that. With
Yeah.
the black.
Don't forget we're talking about kids with vision because they're kids.
There's a kid would have trouble with.
That's why I've done two, because I'm I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've put that.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I'm putting advertisement out. I think Imogen has put it on Facebook either today or she's doing it tomorrow morning. So it'll be properly live. Eventually I will like them to come and have a presentation to you guys, but they are predominantly right now, the interest that I've had are 11 and 12-year-olds. So I want to ease them into coming and standing in front of people. But I guess I don't actually know. I already know how to engage with our rangatahi Māori. So yeah, I just thought if you guys have any opinions or ways you think that I should include Te Ao Māori into this, because I'm a real big, I want it to be diverse. I'm Pacifica, not Māori, so I have that behind me. So I want everybody, a bit of everybody in this group. This is the first time I've done anything like this. So sitting here right now, I'm like, I've never done anything. So this is a new for me as well. So if you guys have opinions on how you think it should look or how you would like it to look, I'm all ears. I'm open for any feedback, criticism, anything.
I'll be quite keen to sit down with you. We can.
Yeah.
Is Isaac going to be working with you?
Under our usual principle.
I don't think so, but
I think he had some good ideas in his head. Like from 2021, he did something here in the council, maybe.
So I won't be directly dealing with him, but I can do stuff that helps them.
Yeah, because it's being involved with the Featherston community.
Is he,
For about 4 years, 5 years.
does he do St. John?
I think he's just gone a bit off it, only because his dad passed away, but maybe he might be someone to talk to.
Sorry, who was that?
Isaac.
Yeah.
When you come
The
to
youth.
Yeah. So we take our rangatahi to something called Festival of the Future, and we usually hold a space for the mayor and our tuia participant. I don't know what happened last year. I think the boy that we had, that was a part of it, wasn't able to do it, so we couldn't do that last year. But going forward, we'll collab, But I would like to have someone like that on in this group too. Also, we were talking before about how our tamariki and rangatahi don't know about civics. We're bringing civics training this next month to the schools, and we're starting with our, I think it's 14 to 17-year-olds, just so that because this is a year of voting, they understand it. It's not something we've done before, so we're getting someone from the elections, I can't remember their name, to come in and take these classes. So we're doing, I think, 4 wānanga on civics, which is really exciting too. So I'll learn as well. So
Cool.
Oh, that's cool. Good on you. That's
but
great.
yeah,
Are you engaged with the community boards as well? Have you looked at that as a way of engaging with the,
this is my first
There they are.
everything.
yeah, but are you going to look at engaging with the community boards as well?
So I want to engage and get my name and what I do and our groups out to as many people as we can, because this is a new initiative.
So GCB meets, Great Community Board meets next week for the first time, so.
Email your thing to Dottie or me and we'll get it to our youth workers at Dani.
We just had a, oh, sorry, you can.
I was going to make a couple of suggestions, one of which is that I think you do have a big advantage here compared to many places, because as somebody mentioned before, everybody 12 plus is almost certainly going to be going to Kirana. So have you met Warren Maxwell?
Not yet.
So you need to go and meet Warren Maxwell, Chris Matenga, who are 2 teachers there. And when
Oh, I have met him.
you have,
I have, yeah.
so, I mean, I think in many ways he will be a font of knowledge once you've got his
And
confidence.
he's not a
And
lot
the
of
other
money with
person
kids.
that I'd be inclined to suggest you go and have a talk to would be the previous principal at Featherstone Primary School, Gina Smith, who
Yeah, I am in,
know her.
so I'm in talks with all of the principals at the moment.
Well, she's an ex-principal.
Okay.
Yes, she can't be really wrong, right?
She grew up in Featherston and raised them, yeah,
Great to hear.
yeah. And raised all her family around here.
And you need a hockey coach
College kids.
I do, yes, I do.
in your post.
My team, I play for the Featherstones, even though I live in Masterton. I've now, since I work down here, everything I do is South Wye. I grew up South Wye, so I've come back. But we need a hockey coach if you know anyone.
Isaac's mum used to play hockey back in primary school.
Oh,
Because we are the women's one team, so like the top Featherstone team, but we need a coach. We're desperate.
No need for.
Have you approached any of the
Busy with me.
victims?
What was that, sorry?
Have you approached?
Van Workman,
the fan firm?
When Wilkins.
No.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
they're all big sports.
Oh, actually, they play for Coast.
Yeah.
So we can't.
They play for,
They play, they could still coach you.
obviously at Dalefield.
Yeah, they've now all moved. So East Coast last year brought up, they made their own team and they all play and manage and coach in that team, which is guttering because they're amazing players.
South Featherstone, so they're still like they're Legion as well, like so there might be still some down there.
Maybe to us.
Yeah, because Featherston had really mean hockey team.
Oh,
Yeah, they did. And then we sort of lost our players and now we're coming back up, but we need a coach.
Okay.
Been engaged with sports teams, Kapahaka and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will be as soon as I've got it out on Facebook and Instagram, I will be then going myself to all of these places so they know who I am. Because I understand for parents, having their rangatahi and tamariki even in these spaces can be quite like daunting. Like there's a lot of, I want them to understand that we are not focusing on the adult things, the adult council sides of things. We're focusing on what we can bring to this region for our rangatahi, how we can change things, how they can get their voices into council and that sort of thing. So I want to make sure that any parents know who I am, where I grew up as well, because I'm a dairy farmer, so I've lived all over the Wairarapa. I want them to know what I stand for, and I want to be an open book.
Have you like got something on the South Wairarapa District Council page about you, mate?
Oh, not about me.
On there? Maybe you got to introduce yourself on there.
Put a profile up,
So the team,
profile.
team.
introduce you.
Click on it and just know.
I don't know.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm making my way around. People know my name, but they don't know my face. And
I thought you were a guy.
Not when you do, not when she's still.
I know that. But yeah, no, people know my name and they see it on emails and that, but they don't know me and what I stand for. So
I mean, and then Alex will present you to us and
You're right.
now I'm like, I wish I'd come sooner because I'm like sitting here quietly, but I'm listening.
Yeah.
I think one time I spoke to you another time, it was like also you'd be keen on an opportunity to take rangatahi to Marae.
Right? Yep.
Mm.
And do like maybe a noho, one day noho.
Well, if you want to go to Tohunui, you can just get a hold of me.
Right, yeah.
This last year I started a degree at Te Wānanga. I'm doing a bit,
Hauari ki over there.
yeah, sort of Te Wānanga, the tutor that I had there, Lucinda Casson, she taught me the meaning of just because I'm not Māori, I can't project Māori ideals and
Māori hat, wairua.
yeah, and she sort of took me down this Te Ao Māori way of learning and that's what I base everything I do on now, my social work degree. I bring that into the mahi that I do with my rangatahi. So I hold wānanga at Kuranui College once a week on their wānanga day and I base it on hauora and I had I think I started with 11 rangatahi. Yeah.
You were out there when I was there doing a weaving class, with the art class.
She was on
You did the rate thing.
Yeah.
When I first started.
With us last year.
That's right.
So I've been
process.
just been quiet and now I don't want to be quiet. I want everyone to know what I'm doing.
And
These kids, these 16-year-olds talk about it.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. Kia ora.
you.
Okay then. Matua? Okay, we're up to 11.3 or item 11.5.
Oh,
What? The point three. Oh, a spelling mistake.
A numbering mistake.
So we're up to the grant accountability report.
That would be me,
And yeah, that's, Mrs. Reams.
Mrs. Reeves.
What page, please?
Reams.
45. The table is on 45, which is the relevant bit. So since this report was processed, Putumoka have put in their accountability report for Turning Bay, so that will in the next batch. I've sent out emails to
Karigera.
and haven't got anything back yet. And later in February, when things slow down a little bit, I'll be able to send out some more emails, but later in February,
I can
things slow
get a
down.
hold of Zoe
That's hilarious.
and find out when she's coming down.
Yeah, and if you could follow up with, that would be awesome. As we more things back, we're going to get a huge number back when we do the community youth grant because everyone
but the,
panics and puts in their accountability report.
oh, that's okay. I thought you were talking about for this, sorry.
No. So as soon as somebody wants a grant, they tend to put their accountability report in. So it's just chasing the people who,
Okay.
but
I have to say, I'm disappointed that you have to change it. I actually think if you're not interested enough in letting us know what you've done with the money, I actually think we should just wait 5 years before you come back to it.
that certainly make my job easier, but.
Well,
practiced it
I just can't believe that people do this. There are plenty
And
of.
what was talking to
And you get that out there, you tell everybody, if you're going to the info, get out there and you tell everybody.
December.
December.
Well, it should be quite.
Because it is.
Was I ring somebody up?
And it's in there, that they have to do this, and so.
Yeah, it is on the
It's
form.
Really disappointing.
So part of this is to highlight that and to, if you're talking to people in the community, go, hey, you've got a grant, you need to do your accountability. So it's kind of to help me do my job as well. Because I know that personally contacting people and who they know to give them a nudge is more successful than me sending an email and then calling them up. Because it's that personal.
So you're saying you got no accountability because
That's on that one from 2024, those two.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
their one comes up on that date.
And so,
So, yeah, that,
three that are outstanding.
yeah, so Karen's one came in after I'd written the report and it had been approved. So I couldn't put it on, so it'll come next time, but it's in my inbox, so I have it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I have a virtual.
But there's some that are getting close.
Yeah,
But I mean, you guys should be able to do one, because I mean, come on.
They're online.
I don't know, I haven't had anything.
What's your one, Nori?
Returning Bay,
Done.
I know the,
one at the bottom.
June 25th.
3.
because you've got an extension for that.
That is the Nuku Pewa Pewa Po. I'll do a
Oh, yeah, the po.
guys on that because I've
Yeah.
had a confirmation or something.
If you kept your
Get that in.
It's
I know
either
it means.
three-way.
Not until 2026. What time you
How's it?
Yeah, that's a large amount of money, that's what.
A multi-purpose list to remind me to
It's
be
quite good to see it like this.
You never helped me.
Yeah, instead of that tiny minuscule,
Okay.
I needed your glasses last year.
Yeah, you don't even have to.
Just to receive them.
Yep, yep.
And there's the action item.
Action item.
List in all the words.
Action.
The action items list is going to be changing. I held on to the action items list as it has been until the end of last
one.
Info council process things differently now.
Oh.
And so this list will stay here as an attachment until all the items are gone and the rest will start coming through Info council, which will be slightly differently. So I'm warning you now. New information's in blue.
On number 358.
Okay then.
I would just say that I think one of the things that is very, very frustrating to me is that this was asked for back in 2022. And we, we were constantly advised on how Wellington Water understood, knew how to deal with mana whenua, were engaged. They, how well they did with that and that they had people within their working group who would do that. And this just shows every single time being put off.
Mm.
And it's just not good enough. And that's,
Like Mike would have had a lot to say about this.
Mike, I don't think we have any choice except to close the action because we know that they are not going to show.
That's years later.
Proven it's 3.
As we
Yeah, yeah.
extract ourselves away from you.
Yeah. Recommend closing it.
Yeah. So that's all.
One of the reasons would be because of the fact that 3 waters
No.
be disbanded way too.
No.
Every time.
Oh, yeah. right.
So I went through the action list and because I'd been around for back 2022. It was actually to go through it line by line and put it into a little bit of a chronological order. And so 359 ends up being deleted because split action into A and B in 358 because it was all the same kaupapa, but it kept getting separated and diluted, and what was happening was being just getting confused. So tidied those up. So I'm recommending that we close off 358, but also delete 359.
Yeah.
And 147, you've already advised us of this evening.
Yeah, 147. That's 148. That was like part of
And it's
144. So just to put it into chronological order and getting it to make more sense. Try to get these as up to date as possible. We have fewer pages of actions.
Yeah, and the ones
So you don't say it there.
or with regards to the bylaw, which
That's right. Yep,
so there's no point in that being there anymore because
Yeah.
that's actually camping bylaw,
that's right.
so that can be closed.
That can be closed. Everyone agrees. 149 to close. 156.
I'd like to I'd like to find out, seeing as we haven't received any of their reporting.
I'm
Um,
also recommending to close 156 because that was a discussion about offering them the Kiwi Hall to
Yeah.
and some of the operational costs, and it put to them and they turned it down.
they turned it down, but I'd like, so it shows though that we do have information for them and they are running behind on their reporting. So we need to follow up with that, please. because we've got information for them. We were able to go to them, offer them this, and they didn't want it because they felt it was too cold. And that's fair enough, but they're showing.
Put a heater in it.
They haven't received their reporting, so they've got to get that in their accountability report. Because we didn't give them peanuts.
Oh, they got a good amount.
Put an update there for number 3, the kākahu. Put an update on 5. And that can probably be closed as well, because that process is all, everything that
Tender and
that
everything's
action
been-
is about is being done.
Yeah, it's just about
Yeah.
putting it in a safe place.
I reckon we close that one. Nate, well, oh yes, I'll still do that. I might just make it at our meetings. So it might be 8 weekly when we come to our meetings, and I'll do, a full report and give everybody an update of what's on the go. Unless there's something exciting, and then I'll write something.
Oh, exciting.
The cancer.
It's
It's,
yeah.
Let's say,
Done. Yep.
Yeah.
370. Done.
done.
377. Yeah, that's been done as well. She's been involved.
I certainly don't think it's anything.
done.
Yeah, I think they're going to be able to be.
Yeah. Tidy that up.
Right.
Off Robin, we'll go through that tomorrow. Two more things before everybody, and I'll do it in a minute. So when I was talking about the tsunami container that's being placed at Tora, it's already there. On the 15th of February, they're doing a blessing.
And they morning, yeah.
And it's at 9:45 is the photo opportunity, otherwise 10 o'clock. And they wondered if any mana whenua or whānau would like to be there and offer a
What date?
15th, I think. Oh, but
Yeah.
Yep. Be there and offer karakia and a blessing. If anyone is interested in doing that,
I'll get Harmy.
there was no pressure to do it, but
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
would you,
See if Harmy will want to come.
are you going to do it, Violet? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to email you Mel's details, Melanie Arcus. And you can whatever with you. I'll wait, there's that one. And last one, not Lisa's ones. With the other hat on. Over the fence kaupapa. And Carterton ran this one last year, and it was called Over the Fence, and it was just encouraging community to get to know their neighbours, especially an elderly neighbour, because their life experiences could be something you've never known about. It was just a way of promoting it. So they did posters and postcards, which is actually a pretty cool concept.
Postcards, fine.
Pretty cool concept. And the postcards were sort of placed in unique places all around the community, so you could read them. But they had a little wee profile on a local person.
On storyboards.
That's an idea.
Oh, put it in Carrington Park.
Who's that? Is that?
Oh, yeah, that's any France. That's Hiranui Orangi.
I'm just stopping hats. So just quickly, you remember when with lockdowns, the language around our older people, if you're over 70, you stay home, you're frail, you're vulnerable, you're elderly.
Totally not, especially that lady in that.
Yeah, exactly. Studies have shown that actually the language around older persons and frailty and vulnerability has actually continued after COVID. So instead of kind of dying down after the lockdowns and stuff,
Asthmatics too.
it actually has continued. So we kind of thought it kind of was a bit crap. And that actually our older neighbours are tonga, our treasures. And so let's promote them.
They live through bigger things than we have.
Yeah, so the concept is called Over the Fence or Ke Tua o Te Taipa, Taiapa. And it's about, over the fence you have a knitter, over the fence you have a builder, over the fence you have a kai kōrero poraka, which was Danny Francis. Over the fence you have all these wonderful people who can teach you stuff. At the same time, you need to look out for them because, we all need to be resilient. There could be earthquakes, etc., etc. So instead of going look after your older neighbour because they'll need you in an emergency, it's like get together with your older neighbour because they're fantastic. So that's what the concept.
Been home in COVID, she was feeding the community.
What was the question?
I know, right? It was like outside of kick.
So bringing that to South Wairarapa, the welcome.
Good, because we've got some good people down here who do
Yes.
some awesome things.
So
Question,
Carterton has gifted the design, so the format and et cetera has been gifted, so it's not.
Rita's got us a one.
We're looking for a representative from each town, but in particular, I've asked Narita to find.
Showcase
you
people.
might be someone suitable to be,
Yeah.
And they can,
Alexandra.
over the
It needs to be a one.
Who do you think might be willing to do that for us in South Waitakere?
Oh, do you know, I
They
can
all-
guarantee you, like Sandy, Namuki would, you know?
Yeah.
So Sandy would do it, there's,
Hey, boy.
business,
yeah, I was looking on the way.
and Matua A, Matua B.
Martua Abe actually,
He lives in Carterton.
he did one for Carterton, but then,
I suppose, it's always here though.
He belongs here.
Your neighbour.
Oh, Glennis.
Yes.
Yes, should be ideal.
Glennis Hanson here.
There we go, that's us.
yeah.
Well, can we approach you? Do you think she would mind if we
Yeah, yeah, should.
Yeah, you've got a lot of people.
say Glennis Anderson?
Hanson.
And
And Pip, do you know how to get hold of you?
my neighbour.
But next door, knock on the door. What's your entry?
And what did she? Like she-
What about Anne Furman?
And she's, yeah, and
Anne Furman.
And Furman.
She's
That's another
with
one.
the
Okay, well, let's try.
Orangi Restoration, Kohanui.
True.
Rapa.
Do you want his phone number?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine, yeah, I'll give you Anne's,
Thanks, Anne
I'll give you
Featherston.
Anne's phone number as well.
No, I haven't got it.
I'll tell Anne that you.
It's Anne Furman. Don't say I said it. Just say.
Your name looks like that.
Afterwards, when we're not live and anybody can.
Good idea.
That's all I had. That's all I had.
That's what's up here.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're done.
What's the whānau? I better say it properly.
So, hang on, we'll wait till we're offline, it's we're offline.
Looks like a drug deal. Stop.
Glasses on.
I just wanted to give a little bit of feedback in regarding what's happening around Kohanui Marae. Certainly in around the emergency hub, or emergency management hub space. Because we've had,
Whānau o Hawaii.
sorry,
Yeah. That's where you.
yeah. I'd like to know what Kohanui are doing regarding that, but
Come home.
so I got a report, there's just some bullet points. So they've installed 30 kilowatt of solar panels to help reduce not only the cost, but also easing the grid of it. And in emergency, we have backup power. We've got 3 30,000 litre water tanks for emergency system. We're just putting another 2 30,000 tanks on to be connected to the rainwater and go through
Good.
the system. And it's all about making ourselves, ready in case of an
Yeah.
emergency.
Yeah, because if anything happens with that,
But it could,
had a 48-year-old sewer system, then the water's gone. At
and
least you've got Hawaii.
yeah, and so, they realistically, the marae could cater for 150 to 200 people at a pinch in the whare.
Yes.
So it all lends itself to a good environment, and of course, Kohanui will, the opportunity there, like a lot of this was funded. So the opportunity for other marae to be able to do that as well. We've got an AED accessible 24 hours a day on site.
Yep.
So, and there's internet in the wharekai. So we're pretty well prepared for a lot of things. I haven't seen a marakai there, but that might be something that may happen.
At Hawaii,
Yeah,
well, Mato usually just has it growing in those front gardens, but not really a full
But that's-
mara.
yeah, not for mara.
Yeah, it's not a full mara to feed I think Papua feeds the marae when it comes.
Yeah, Mike
And feeds the master.
They've got a gardener that,
yeah, Mike takes Kai there.
back home, we've got a mara as well.
Yeah,
And-
It's not that,
And there's space, so that could be a combo.
yeah.
that could be something.
So that, and then the next thing is in regarding the opportunity to do something. Yeah, it makes it easy on the older people.
Go around the outer edge.
Very hard with Marabut because we tried a couple of programs back home in our mahi there and to get our old people, but it's too much work for them. I thought it was a good idea. We got council funding to be able to build some, but not too many of them ended up wanting them, so.
Because you've got to
Now,
be there.
That is well overdue,
And
money.
protect them, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, so it's just about finding the right things. And when we're talking about trying to engage with Māori, it's very, very difficult. And, you know, when we're trying to be able to do stuff and to assist in an environment where it's almost like the anti-treaty stuff, you know, council are deemed as another Crown entity. And so when Māori engage with that, they think they're dealing with the Crown. So it's very difficult, but we've got to try to break some of those barriers down. And we're sitting in a space where we've adjusted to that and understand that. We still need to be who we are as Māori, but we got to be able to encourage our people and trying to get them to anywhere, whether it's the marae, whether it's at the Pokemanu, whether it's anywhere, you know. We've got to have, and council have got to realise that they've got to be able to put out information that's relevant to the people and that they'll take it up and then they'll inquire about it. So that's one of the things I think we really need to do. And our role, we sit in a, you know, in a position where we're able to help our whānau out. You know, time is.
Because our whānau come to us when they are in need.
Yeah.
Can you help me? I'll start.
And they're very hard giving back. They're very hard giving back. So, you know,
We also need to be able to engage with other ethnicities as well as ourselves.
yeah.
I'm not full-blooded, I'm Scottish. You know, we got to.
No,
So, well, you know, I'm just saying, like our po over there for our rangatahi, she's Islander. Well, we've got to be able to engage with other.
But that's the manakitanga that we.
Exactly.
The base of Aroha and
yeah.
Kia ora.
halfway, last,
Outside.
I suppose you've noticed that, I think put it up in the Waihinga Centre.
Yeah.
It's there, it's nicely framed, very nice.
What's the
It
favourite?
looks awesome. It's so beautiful. Have you got my photo? I've got my picture of you standing there with this boy. On that day. It's
Okay.
very emotional, man.
It's cry, baby.
Yes.
Because Trina just died.
Oh,
Okay. So,
what is it?
Only karakia.
nothing else from anybody? Okay. Karakia whakamutunga?
Right.
Tātou. Kua mutua mātou mahi. E tēnei wā. Ākitia. Mātou mātou whānau. Ai o ki taorangi.
Amen.
Safe travelling, people.
Thank you.
And we wanted to give the meeting of.
Right, it's going in my box with the rest of them. There it is, they take the and then they gotta.
On your meetings, feel free to take some. I'm gonna make a special one for my centre
I need
meeting,
that one, I haven't got one.
which is the forum on it, so.
I thought I had it in my book. Must be it.
Yeah.
And how it actually is.
So what?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. Sorry, what was your name?
Violet, I asked.
Your name is yours. It's nice to know which one you
Well, I
want.
never was nice. Let me know.
But I love his colour. Thank you for your. Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's okay. I mean, it is a hard one, but we're going to try a little bit of everything to find that one
Yeah.
better.
Thank you.
And I think because you're going out to Ngāwee, it's a waste of time not everybody go eat. Our whānau in town in this way, and then we'll have to all drive out that way.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So, you know, I drive from Mass, because I live in Mass, and I'd come down to Hawaiiaki.
That would be all right.
Yeah. Because it still includes me anyway, because I'm Hawaiiaki as well.
And who should I
Oh, yeah.
consider this?
Oh, that's from Andrea.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Oh,
does she need to reply or?
She's going to, she's doing it. She's actually, so
Okay.
she's got her email. I'll put that in my little file and then I'll ring you what she's about.
Okay. It's-
Yeah. We went forth.